letting you know that this is my spoiler review right after watching the episode. To watch my full, uncut, and unfiltered reaction, join my Asha Media TV Club and get exclusive access. The link is in the description box below. Now, here's my afterthoughts of this episode of Fringe.
He is still alive.
Okay. I'm going to leave it up to you to tell me if I interpreted that right. Either he didn't expect Peter to be alive, or he doesn't want Peter to be alive? Because I have to consider they know what's going on in both universes. So maybe it's based on the intentions he knows about Walter Nate's plans for him and the machine. Okay. I'll just leave it at that until further notice. It's crazy shit. Crazy shit! Okay, yeah. The scene I've picked is the obvious one. Well, I think it's obvious, but I'll just obviously. Yeah, I repeat that too much. It's that scene with Peter and Olivia. I really thought they were gonna, I don't want to say surprise me, because I don't want you to view it as me putting down the episode. That's not what it is. I guess for me, it's like, in a general sense, in most TV properties, when you have a hiccup like that in a relationship, it's like the norm to have these naturally emotionally based reactions between the characters. And so I thought, because Fringe kind of is out of the box with a lot of their creativity, I thought they were going to kind of go against that norm a little bit and have her not react the way likely maybe your average woman would react. maybe. You know, it's debatable. Not all women are created equal, right? So I thought they were going to do that. That's why I was saying, okay, that's different. It's new. It's mature in a sense. And again, I'm not trying to put down the Olivia character here. I hope you can understand where I'm coming from. Where just the aspect of having her not take offense to it, understanding the given circumstances that I think Peter nicely articulated to her, right? All the reasons he felt, or he thought that is the real Olivia. But I also understand her perspective and how they use this guy as a means to add more to her reasoning on it, is that she had faith beyond what was normal while she was in the other universe, and she thought Peter would have the same, based on looking in her eyes and seeing it wasn't her. You know what I'm getting at. I hope you do. If you don't, I will try my best to reply to you if you don't understand. But essentially, it's good drama. I'm just going to leave it at that. But why I've chosen it as my main scene that's quite memorable from this episode is because it lends to future to future episodes of this season, where based on what she said in this episode is going to now be that want between them. That's just going to be something I have to contend with as a viewer, as much as I can't stand it, you know? Because to me, it's like, Peter and Olivia, forever! Now it's like, Peter and Olivia, maybe never? Alright, let's focus back on the main story, though. This was quite fascinating. I love the emotional complexity that they've added to this villain, because he's, in my opinion, at this moment, I don't see him as a villain. What he's done is quite disgusting and villainous to the people that he killed and affected. I get that. I'm not condoning it. I'm just saying that his motivations I actually can empathize with on some level. And I think that's the point. And just the way he reacted to her, seeing that it really wasn't her, brought me back to that Unearthed episode 11 from the second season, officially on IMDb, because considering how they ended things off, and it brings into question the whole concept of souls, right? I think that's where this episode's kind of touching on. When you die, if there is a soul and the body itself is reanimated, I'm gathering that the narrative is there's no guarantee that the soul that was in there originally, or the personality, I'm going to use that word because it fits for me, maybe more easy for you to understand, but the personality doesn't necessarily come back. And so I think it's nicely done so that the conversation of souls and death and spirit and all those terms associated with religion and faith that this show kind of touches on very heavily with, I think that's really, really cool. And then bringing in the science aspect of it, which is the premise of the show as I'm understanding so far. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Rewatchability factor, mainly for the Olivia scenes, for me, personally, since I love the whole Olivia Peter thing, it is high up there, because I like that. So based on that, and based on how they gave so much interesting things to think about, this is really one of those conversation starters if you want to have a deep conversation about all the concepts I just mentioned. Based on that alone, I have to give it 5 Ashamojis. I think it's excellent in that regard. But I could see how somebody may view it as boring, though. I could see. I'm thinking of certain types of viewers who I know would even last halfway through this episode watching it with me. So, but nonetheless, it's about my reaction, and I like this episode very much. I think it's really good. I think it is very creative in how they've layered a lot, with rich subtext, rich lines, excellent performances as usual. Hats off to Anna. Hats off always to everybody, the entire cast. It's not just Anna, it's the entire cast. That's what makes this show so compelling to keep watching. So there you have it. That's my reaction to episode 9 from the 3rd season of Fringe. I look forward to reading any comments you want to share, any corrections without spoilers that you want definitely for me to keep note of. Please share. And of course, if you want access to my full reaction to this episode, uncut, unfiltered, with extra bonuses for club members only, details on joining my club is in the description box below for you. Therefore, until my reaction to episode 10, I'm tuning out and peacing out. See you later.
Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe and check out my other videos.